At an age when most public figures have long faded into memory, Sir Cliff Richard remains vividly present. What makes this remarkable is not nostalgia or clever preservation of youth, but a genuine sense of engagement with life. He does not appear frozen in time or trapped in his past achievements. Instead, he moves forward with calm confidence, carrying his history lightly. His posture, expression, and manner suggest a man who has made peace with time rather than fought it. This presence can feel surprising to those who remember his earliest days, yet it feels earned. Cliff Richard today represents something rare in entertainment: longevity paired with inner steadiness. His story invites reflection on how a life can evolve without losing its center. The spark that changed British music. Cliff Richard's early impact on British pop culture cannot be overstated. When he first appeared, Britain was still searching for its own musical identity in a world increasingly influenced by American rock and roll. Cliff arrived with a sound that felt fresh yet familiar, energetic yet approachable. Songs like Move It did more than entertain. They signaled a shift in cultural confidence. Young listeners saw themselves reflected in him, while older generations sensed change approaching. What made Cliff special was not rebellion alone, but optimism. He offered excitement without cynicism and confidence without aggression. This balance allowed him to connect widely and deeply. His early success laid the foundation for a career built not just on hits, but on trust between artist and audience. Fame without losing direction. Many artists struggle when fame arrives too quickly, but Cliff Richard approached success with restraint. Instead of surrendering to excess or ego, he treated fame as something to manage carefully. He built routines, respected boundaries, and understood that attention could distort as easily as it could uplift. This discipline was not rigid or joyless, it was protective. By refusing to let success define his worth, Cliff preserved his sense of self. Over time, this approach proved invaluable. While others burned out or became trapped by their public image, he remained grounded. His choices reflect an understanding that longevity is rarely accidental. It grows from consistency, humility, and the ability to step back when necessary. Evolving without losing identity. One of Cliff Richard's quiet strengths has been his ability to adapt without erasing who he is. As musical styles shifted and audiences changed, he adjusted thoughtfully rather than reactively. He explored new sounds and collaborations, not to chase trends, but to stay honest with himself. This willingness to evolve kept his work relevant while preserving its emotional core. Reinvention, for Cliff, was never about abandoning the past. It was about allowing space for growth. By staying curious and open, he avoided becoming a museum piece. His career demonstrates that evolution does not require betrayal of identity. It requires trust in one's foundation and courage to move forward without fear. Growing older in full view. Aging is challenging for anyone, but doing so under constant public observation adds pressure few truly understand. Cliff Richard has faced this reality with composure. He does not deny his age or attempt to disguise it. Instead, he presents himself with dignity, understanding that self-respect matters more than illusion. His appearance reflects continuity rather than desperation. There is confidence in how he carries himself, a sense that he accepts change without resentment. This attitude shapes how audiences respond to him. Rather than pity or surprise, people feel admiration. Cliff shows that aging publicly does not require retreat or denial. It can be an extension of authenticity, expressed with grace. Health as a long-term relationship. Cliff Richard's vitality is often attributed to his approach to health, which is notably unextreme. He does not speak of quick fixes or rigid rules. Instead, he treats health as an ongoing dialogue with his body. Moderation, movement, rest, and awareness guide his choices. This mindset removes pressure and replaces it with respect. Over time, these small, steady habits compound. His energy today appears less like a miracle and more like a result. By listening to his body rather than punishing it, Cliff has maintained strength without strain. His example suggests that true wellness is not dramatic. It is patient, attentive, and deeply personal. Faith as a quiet foundation. Faith has played a central role in Cliff Richard's inner life, but it is never used as spectacle. His spirituality is private, steady, and integrated into daily living. It provides perspective when success swells and grounding when challenges arise. Faith reminds him that applause is temporary and identity deeper than career. This belief system supports humility and resilience, allowing him to move through life with balance. Rather than separating him from the world, his faith encourages thoughtful engagement with it. Compassion, gratitude, and responsibility shape his decisions. This quiet foundation explains much of his calm presence. It is not performative belief, but lived conviction. A voice shaped by experienced time changes every voice. But Cliff Richard's vocal presence remains compelling because of his understanding of it. He no longer sings against his limits. Instead, he works within them, allowing phrasing and emotion to take precedence over power. This maturity creates intimacy. Listeners hear not just technique, but lived experience. His voice carries assurance rather than strain. This approach reflects respect for his craft and for his audience. He knows when to hold back and when to lean in. As a result, performances feel intentional rather than nostalgic. His singing today reminds us that artistry can deepen with age when guided by self-awareness. Staying present. Without clinging Cliff, Richard has never announced a dramatic farewell, nor has he demanded constant attention. He appears when inspired and steps back when appropriate. This balance lends authenticity to his continued presence. Audiences sense that he is there by choice, not fear of disappearance. In an industry that often pressures artists to remain visible at all costs, this restraint feels refreshing. It preserves both his energy and his credibility. By refusing to overstay any moment, Cliff maintains dignity. His presence feels earned rather than imposed. This selective engagement keeps his work meaningful and protects the joy that first drew him to music. Public moments that feel genuine. When Cliff Richard appears publicly, people often comment on his presence rather than his age. He listens attentively, maintains eye contact, and engages fully with the moment. These small behaviors signal respect and confidence. He does not seem distracted by legacy or preoccupied with image. Instead, he appears grounded in the present. This quality resonates deeply. Audiences respond not because he defies time, but because he honors it. His appearances feel sincere rather than staged. In a culture accustomed to performance, this authenticity stands out. It reinforces the idea that connection matters more than spectacle. Facing challenges with restraint. A long public life inevitably includes hardship, and Cliff Richard has faced his share. What stands out is how he responds. Rather than amplifying pain or seeking sympathy, he chooses restraint. He speaks carefully, avoids bitterness, and focuses on forward movement. This does not erase difficulty, it reframes it. Challenges become part of a larger story rather than defining moments. This approach preserves inner peace and public integrity. It also reflects emotional maturity. By refusing to let adversity harden him, Cliff maintains openness. His response to difficulty reveals strength rooted not in defiance, but in perspective. The strength of consistency. Cliff Richard's resilience is quiet rather than dramatic. He does not frame survival as a battle or identity as a performance. Instead, he continues living well, honoring routines, relationships, and values. This consistency builds trust, both internally and with audiences. It suggests that longevity is not about constant transformation, but about balance. By sustaining inner harmony while the world changes, he demonstrates a powerful form of strength. His life shows that endurance does not require noise. Sometimes it is expressed through steadiness, patience, and the courage to remain oneself over time. A legacy that redefines aging Cliff. Richard offers a different vision of aging, one rooted in expansion rather than decline. His life suggests that later years can bring clarity, depth, and renewed purpose. Vitality, in this view, is not measured solely by physical ability, but by curiosity and emotional openness. He does not instruct others on how to age. He simply lives visibly and honestly. This quiet example invites reflection. His legacy is not just musical, but human. He shows that aging, when approached with care and intention, can become a stage of calm brilliance rather than retreat.